Well, how was that for a stirring start to Gulf Harbour Radio's net for the 4th of July? A very happy 4th of July, folks, particularly to my beloved here. And that was a little bit different from what I would normally play. That was the President's US Marine Band. That was started many, many moons ago, and that was the Sousa version. He was the director of the US Marine Band way back in 1880 to 1892. So, Semper Fidelis, and welcome to Gulf Harbour Radio, ZMH 286, for the 4th of July. And some cheeky person just called in before I started this to remind me to turn the amplifier on. Everything's working tonight, I hope, and the brain is in action. So just a couple of things before we start taking the boat positions. Rubicon actually asked for ways of getting news. I tell you what, it's not all that cheerful, the news at the moment, with what's happening in the Ukraine and Russia. But anyway, if you do want the Radio New Zealand news, there are several frequencies that you need to program in your radio. From 00, that's like midday because all these times are UTC, from all afternoon from noon to 6 o'clock, it would be on 15720. That's daily on 15720. And then from 6 o'clock, when we finish tonight, till 7 or 7:58 it is, so that's 8 o'clock basically, it's on 9700 daily. And then it goes on various other frequencies. I think the only one you probably would take much notice of in the morning, there's 1900, so that's pretty early, 7 o'clock in the morning. 11725, so 11725, that's a useful one on a Saturday only, I think. But anyway, also going from 2000 right through to noon is on 15720, and that's pretty much daily from the 9 o'clock one through to noon. So that's the story there. If you want any more, you could email us. I'm trying to find the BBC. I think I'd have to go to the boat for that, and I've been a bit busy for that, but the BBC are on various frequencies. But if you're in Fiji, you can get the BBC daily on FM 106.8, 106.8. So there we are. Rubicon, by the way, at lunchtime, I noticed he says lunchtime because he knows that David goes by eating times. They were at 30 degrees, 3016 and 17825, with a decent amount of wind, 10 to 16 knots of east-northeast wind. And they're on a course of roughly between 25 and 35 magnetic, 10029 steady on the bar. So that's the news from Rubicon. Margarita are going like trains because they've got plenty of wind.
Rubicon tomorrow.
Oh, Rubicon tomorrow. Who's listening?
Looks like northeast winds, yep. 15 to 20.
Oh, northeast 15 to 20 tomorrow, Rubicon. So greetings to you guys. Margarita, he'll be in dinner hour tomorrow morning, the group there. Hello to all on board Margarita. They are currently around 1908, 17750 east, going like trains, 7.9 around, as long as they miss out on hitting anything hard in the Astrolabe Reef, they'll be there tomorrow morning. 24 knots of southeast, according to GFS. So that will certainly keep them going around that 8-knot mark. And I see Somerset are still in Ogia. 3 boats there, plus 2 to come. There's 2 just about to arrive in Ogia, Anchorage, US boat, and a Gibraltar boat. And they've got plenty of wind, 20 knots of southeast. So that's about the news that's fit to print. Not much more from me. I'm going to give a call for the boats now. Shall we go from, I think we'll go from the top to the bottom. Let's try, where are we? Who's going to be right up there? I think Alora. Alora might be leading the bunch today. Alora. Diana, you on frequency?
Hi, everybody. This is Diana on Alora with Marcus and Madison. And I'm ready for a prediction report. Are ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, yeah. We are at 2520 degrees south, 1774 degrees east. We've got a 343 crew heading, and we're going just 58 knots at the moment, but we have a sizable current against us, so we've got a speed over ground of 6.8 at the moment. So, and we've got 22 knots of wind out of the east south, and all is well on board. I do have one extra comment I want to make when ready. Over.
Yep. Okay, I'll just get David looking at the weather. 2520 south, 17754, and on a course of 343 with a negative current. Interesting, 6.8 they're doing at the moment, cursing the negative current, I would imagine, with 22 knots of east-southeast. So
probably tomorrow will be about 20 knots.
David says tomorrow it will be backing a little bit more, 20 knots from the east. And the microphone's all yours, Dana.
Thank you, yeah. So we are, as it's some of you guys right now, we're having an engine issue. We obviously right now are not needing it whatsoever, but we might when we go on in there. So we are changing our plan, I think, to go, instead of Sabu, we're going to have to make all the bureaucratic shifts to go over to General or to Buddha, because I think we're dealing with a gearbox issue that will need to be potentially we're going to fall out and whatnot. So if anybody has any, we're just basically change our go-to and change our, we can put that the big wind behind us a little bit, which is change. But other than that, we're pretty disappointed to have to be that far west early in the season. Over.
Yeah, roger that. I'll just make sure that people know, in case you're too close to them, Alora, the team on Alora, has still got engine problems, and it looks like gearbox. They're going to change their destination to Denarau or Vunda, as they suspect it might be easier to get assistance there. Does anybody know of a good it's a Yanmar engine? If you could let them know, give them a call, or let me know by email, because I have their email address, and then they will have that when they arrive. While we're with Alora now, is there anybody that can provide any information? Please come now.
South Harbour Radio, this is Luke.
Okay, I've got you good tonight, Pele. Lupin, go ahead.
Some information about the Yanmar ship in Marina Denarau Marina. They have a marina ship that can provide spare parts and also, I think, help with mechanics. Or
okay, Diana, did you copy Pele on Lupin? Over. Yeah, well, he was saying he's had experience Denarau Marina. There is somebody there that they have parts, and somebody that will be able to presumably assist with the Yanmar. Over.
Yeah, that sounds good. We do have contact information, and I can send some emails out, which that's what I need to do. I also am not sure if they have space for, I'm not sure how it is, if anyone has any information on that. Otherwise, we could go soon enough. when we make our report. Over.
Yeah, and because you've got problems, let them know so that they can be on the alert to give you some assistance if needed. So, well, you will keep in touch with you. You've still got a bit to go, and then we'll, if you need any assistance, or you've got all the contact details, so that is good. And Lupan probably has some too. He might be able to find before tomorrow. Okay, we'll clear with Laura, and seeing you've got the microphone in your hand, Pele. Greetings to you and Ulla. Go ahead.
Oh, good afternoon, Patricia. Nice to hear the nice music. Was that your fancy record player? Over.
No, it was my fancy iPad. Over.
Okay, our position is 2801 South, 17759 East. Course over ground is 0102. Speed over ground is 8 knots. And the wind has been rather moody today. We have had winds from 9 knots up to 20, but now it's more stable. We have 18 to 20 knots southeast. Over.
Boy, you're blowing my head off tonight, so it makes a difference being on the other side of 30 degrees, that's for sure.
Easterly tomorrow.
Easterly tomorrow, says the man. Lupan is currently, and this will satisfy all the people that are around that position. Easterlies tomorrow. 2801 17759 East, course of 010 true at 8 knots. And the wind has been up and down, but it's currently 18 to 20 east-southeast. So no wonder Lupan is going rather well. So you'll be happy with that one. Actually, our wind today is next to nothing, and it's been all over the show. It started west, and it just kept clocking around. It's now east-northeast, about 3 knots, so you wouldn't be happy with that. And we've got 14 degrees, and I bet you wouldn't be happy with that either, Pele. Over.
We have 22 degrees in the water, and I think in the air it's around 24 degrees, something like that. I forgot to tell you about the swell. It's 2 meters from southeast. We have had some sun today, and during the night we could also see the moon. That was really nice. The cloud cover now is 90%, and the barometer is 1021. Over.
Okay, 1021, 90% cloud cover. There doesn't look to be too much cloud on the satellite picture, so it'll be popping in and out the moon tonight, and the swell of 2 meters from the east. Actually, that reminds me to tell you the folk on Rubicon, they had 3 humpback whales visit this morning, so that was pretty exciting. So, yeah, there's a lot of action out there in the water, apart from U-boats. All right, well, we'll clear with Lupan, and really good signal from you. Let's go back to where we were going up the list. Champagne, Gulf Harbour.
Well, yeah, this is Champagne. Yeah, so our position now is 2548 south. Hang on a second. Stand by. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm about to turn off my instrument because it's autopilot. So, sorry, I can't give you my latitude. Oh, yes, I can. Hang on.
Oh, God. Sounds as if they're all drunk on board.
2548. Longitude is 176. 11 east. And we are travelling at between 7 and 8 knots. Course over ground is 012.
We've decided that all on Champagne have been having some champagne. It sounds a little bit chaotic on board. Anyway, Champagne is at 2548 17611 east on a course of, I think you said 010 true, but 7 to 8. And the wind is?
The wind is 20 knots, and the seas are really quite confused and lumpy here. That's why I'm getting a bit thrown about, sorry. you haven't had any champagne, but it feels like it. Over.
I wish, yes, he's confused. Well, you had those couple of days of flat seas, so it's just sort of giving you a little bit of variety with
easterlies tomorrow.
Tomorrow, easterlies, you probably heard that. So easterlies
20 to 25.
20 to 25, so a little bit up on what they are at the moment. So anyway, hopefully the seas will just sort of settle if if the wind settles in. I'm sure it will. Okay, well, we'll clear with Champagne and see where Images In is. Thanks, Martin. Images In, Gulf Harbour.
Yeah, hi, Patricia. This is Matt and Nico on Images In. How do you read us, over?
I've got you really good, Matt. Go ahead.
Position is 2547 south, 17753 east. We are averaging 7 knots on a heading of 0 degrees true with a wind speed 20 knots from the east and a confused swell. Over.
Same.
Yep, the easterlies tomorrow, as you've heard, you're only, you're same latitude, but a couple of, almost 2 degrees further east, getting some easting in. 2547, 17753 east, and 7 knots heading north with the 20 knot of easterly. So is all well, Matt? Over?
Yeah, all well on board. Thanks, Patricia, and we'll stand by.
Yeah, great signal from you as well. Bellina, Gulf Harbour.
Oh, this is Bellina. Good evening, Patricia and David. How do you copy?
Very good, of course. Actually, everybody from those positions are coming in absolutely fantastic tonight. Go ahead.
Okay, my position is 2540 south, 17853 west. So we are on the other side. Course over ground is 010. Speed over ground 9 to 10 knots. The wind is east to east southeast 20 knots. Sea less than 3 meters. And cloud cover is 40%. And 1022 on the bar. And all well on board. Over.
Okay, well, conditions are pretty much the same right across the longitude there with the 25-degree boats. Bellina at 2540 and across the date line at 17853 west and course 010 and with a speed of 9 to 10. And yes, they are a catamaran. East to east, southeast with 40% cloud cover and 1022. And what do you mean, same or east? The same.
Same direction.
Same direction, east or east-southeast, David?
East-southeast.
East-southeast. So you told everybody else it was going to be east.
Well, he's east of
He's
the
further
dateline.
east of the dateline. Okay, just confirming that, Benno. So it will be the same east-southeast tomorrow with the 20 knots where you are.
Maybe a little higher.
Maybe a little higher, he says. So that'll keep you both busy. And hello to Marlene. Over.
Yeah, thank you very much. We hope to make landfall tomorrow morning with a good light. Maybe a block or so. We try to enter South Minerva. Okay, Patricia, David, thank you very much. Have a good night and talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Oh, yes, and David, for you and Mimu, has the tides for Minerva. And I'll just get Mimu's position before I pass the microphone to David. Mimu, Gulf Harbour.
Gulf Harbour, good evening. This is Mimu. We're at 2513 south, 17952 east. We just copped a huge wave over the bow, rocketing and rolling like anything here. We're at southeast at 25 knots, a rough speed 2 to 3 metres, and course is 010.
Okay, just taken a wave over the bow, so it's good that you're down at the radio. You won't be wet. 2513 south, 17952 east. and pretty rough, 2 to 3 metres seas, 25 knots from the southeast, and course is 010. Did I get that all correct? And I'm just going to pass the microphone for the tide information.
And just lastly, our ETA North Minerva is around lunchtime tomorrow.
Okay, good timing. North Minerva, lunchtime tomorrow. Here's David.
Yeah, we did some checking on the tides. It looks like tomorrow low tide is at 0505, and the high tide's 1105 just before lunch. I believe these tides are the same as New Zealand. The low tide tomorrow, continuing on, is 1720. Then on Wednesday, if anybody's a day later, 0550 for the low, and the high is 1150 just before lunch, and low tide 1805. And like I said, I'm pretty sure it's New Zealand time. It could be UTC. So there you go. I believe that, yeah, I think it is New Zealand time. But you can tell us when you get there. Over.
Yeah, I actually know precisely what it was, and where did I have that open on my thing? I don't know that I've got it open on my computer here. Never mind. All right. Well, let's see where who have we got next? The fast flying Cheyenne.
One other thing.
Hang on. One other thing.
Yeah, and from what I could gather, it's the tidal range looks like about a meter. Hardly anything at all there on Minerva. But if the winds are blowing, the trades are blowing like they are now, it just may be a constant outflow in the past at North Minerva. We've been there a couple of times, and it really didn't bother us one way or the other what the tide was doing. But anyway, there you have it.
Okay, Cheyenne. Jim, are you there?
Good, this is Cheyenne. I have good copy on you. How copy me?
Yeah, very good. You've got a great radio installation. I still can't believe you got me well before 30 South. Go ahead, Jim.
Alrighty. My radio is just a little 100-watt Yaesu portable unit, so it's smaller than my VHF radio, which usually surprises people, but I get a lot of positive feedback, so that's really great to hear. Anyhow, Cheyenne's present position is 28 degrees, 08 minutes south, 179 degrees, 03 minutes east. Course over ground, 025 true, more or less. I'm trying to shift a little bit. And speed over ground, I'm trying to keep it down to 6.5 knots for a midday Wednesday arrival at Minerva. So it would be great for the high tide then. And the wind is presently about 18 knots from the southeast. And the swell is about 2 meters from the southeast. How copy all that?
Yeah, I have a superb copy. 2808 south, 17903 east, on a course of 025 true at about 6.5, keeping it down to arrive at Minerva at lunchtime, give or take. 18 knots from the southeast at the moment and 2 meters from the southeast. Don't forget, all you boats going to Minerva, to have a bench spoon on the end of a fishing line, because we always have got a fish of some sort, edible fish, going through the pass. So be sure to do that.
Pretty much easterlies at Minerva.
And David says pretty much easterlies at Minerva tomorrow. So they'll be up there, but not too bad. And certainly, what's the visibility going to be? Pretty decent? He's going to have a look anyway. All right, so he'll look there while I try and find Cabana. A bit of cloud, scattered cloud about Jim's, but otherwise no problem at all. Over.
Yeah, cloud is about 80%. Lots of squalls, a band of squalls this morning, but fewer this afternoon. So, but pretty heavy cloud cover. And the bar is at, I think, 1023 when I looked a little while ago. Over.
Yeah, yep. We were just talking about the visibility for you tomorrow, and it looks pretty decent. So nobody will have any troubles with going through the pass tomorrow. Over.
Okay, roger that. Thanks for the info.
Okay, clear with Cheyenne and Cabana. Cabana, go ahead.
Yes, good afternoon, Gulf Harbour. Do you copy me, Patricia?
Yeah, I've got good copy on you, George. Go ahead.
Oh, that's fantastic. I was having a lot of trouble hearing about 10 minutes ago. My position, 25 degrees, 58 minutes south by 179 degrees, 45 minutes east. Course is 27 degrees. We have about, supposed to be about 8.5 knots, in about 18 to 20 knots of breeze east, southeast. You copy?
Yes, I do. What sort of boat is Cabana?
It's a catamaran, a Lagoon 450 catamaran, just an old pub.
What a way to talk about your boat. Okay, well, pretty much the same as everybody else there for Cabana, 2558 17945 east, course of 027 and 8.5, and the 18 to 20 knots of east-southeast. So, yeah, it's going to be sort of east to east-southeast tomorrow by the sound of what David said. And about the same. Yeah, it might be a skosh more, but certainly it will give you plenty of boat speed. Over.
Yeah, roger that. We're looking forward to seeing everyone in Minerva tomorrow. It'll be our first time going there, so we're quite excited with about a lunchtime arrival. Over.
Yeah, well, you might have to take a cue at the pass there tomorrow. And don't forget to have a fishing line out. It really, really is good fishing at Minerva. But when you are all there and diving at the pass, which is fantastic to dive just inside the pass because there's amazing fish and, fish life. But please, nobody do any spearfishing because it does bring the sharks for the others that are in the water. So, but enjoy the life on the reef, you guys. And yes, it is fun to be together out there. And of course, being in a catamaran, the general rule of thumb for Minerva is for those boats like catamarans that can put their dinghy in the water very easily, it is sort of polite to do the ferrying service for those monohulls that have to strap it down with 1,000 lines and knots on deck. So just give that some thought, you people in the catamarans. It would be good, particularly for single-handers to get some help doing a ferry service to and fro the pass. Just a thought. Okay, actually when we were there the first time, we arrived just after a boat that had a bowsprit, and at the time we had a boat with a bowsprit, so we made a rule that anybody without a bowsprit had to do the ferry service. And there were some people like J-boats that decided to put their spinnaker pole out to break the rule, but we were pretty tough on that rule, and it worked very well. Okay, who else have we got? Y2K, Gulf Harbour.
Hello, Gulf Harbour, this is Y2K. Oh, tonight, guys, finally I can hear you. 5 by 9 plus 20. I'd like to have to you in a room inside in our boat. How do you copy?
Well, it's much the same here, so good evening to you both. Fantastic. Yeah, this is the perfect distance for 8 megahertz, that's for sure. And of course, the brainless operator here managed to turn everything on properly tonight. Max, over.
Yeah, you are always good, I know. Anyway, our position, we are at 2828 south, 17755
southeast. Our course over ground is 005 through. Our speed is 8 knots. We have 20 to 23 from east-southeast, if you can call it, because it's coming from 100, just 25, very often. We have 1 to 2 meters of wind from southeast, good 19.5 Celsius outside and 23 inside, 1021 hectopascal for the pressure. And overcast, completely overcast, a few showers since last night. Over.
Oh, you've had a few showers. That's interesting. Okay, Y2K, Max and Ellie are at 2828 south, 17755 east, on a course of 005 true at 8 knots. Trying to catch up to Lupan, eh? 20 to 23 from the east-southeast, and 1 to 2 meters swell from the southeast. And that bar is 1021. I'll just see what David has to say. I think he's...
I think a little bit north of east.
Yeah, he reckons maybe for your position a little north of east tomorrow. So that might slow you down a bit, but otherwise not too bad. Over.
Okay, great. East is good because today we were not a little bit scared because at some time the wind dropped completely for 5 minutes, then starts coming from northwest and then north, and then it's coming from northeast at 20 knots. It lasts just 20 minutes, but it was enough scare that the wind has already changed. Over.
Oh, yeah, well, you know, we have this, you know who Peter Blake is, and Peter Blake always said that before you do a sail change, have a cup of tea. And it really is worthwhile remembering that, particularly if you're on watch by yourself like I was in the middle of the night, and you'd, well, better do something, and you'd rush around changing sails, sit down, and then, as you say, it would change and either back to what it was or something quite different, and you'd say, oh, blow, or words to that effect.
How much, Max, how much cloud cover did you have when you had those winds that were quite variable, changing on you? Did you have a fair amount of cloud? Over.
Okay, say again.
Max, do you copy? Over.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, how much cloud cover did you have when you were getting the wind changes today? How much cloud? Over.
We have a lot of clouds around us with some showers that we can show from where we were. So a lot of clouds around, but over us not so many. It was like to be in a hole. Over.
Yeah, roger that. And that's probably the reason for getting that variability on those winds. You get these squalls come in, the wind, once it comes down, it can go virtually in any direction for a short period of time. So my guess would be that that's what you encountered. Then I can look on the satellite imagery for your area, and it's quite a bit of cloud from what I could see. A lot of high cloud, as well as I wouldn't say low cloud per se, but say medium level cloud, maybe 10,000 feet, that kind of thing. So yeah, well, welcome to the Southwest Pacific. Over.
Yeah, it was something strange, really strange. That's why I would like to report to you that I know that you know everything of that. Thank you, David.
Okay, and have a good night, you two. And, well, we're down to Gone with the Wind. Now, I'd be interested if they're on frequency because I thought they were going to New Caledonia, but it does not look like that. Gone with the Wind, are you on frequency?
Gone with the Wind, did you copy?
Yes, I do. Have you had a change of destination, or is it just conditions? Over. All right, that's interesting. So you'll be there with quite a crowd. It'll be a very social event. Go ahead with your report, Liam.
We are at 28 to the south, 179, 168. east. Conditions of everybody 15 to 28 floppy seas. And, oh my God, looking forward to getting to Minerva, over.
Yeah, with the sloppy seas, it's a bit of a pain in the neck. I've got you at 2:08. I missed the minutes. Could you repeat the minutes of latitude?
2-4. 2-4.
Yep, thank you for that. Yeah, it's just the internet cutting out a bit from up north. 2824 and 17916 east. And pretty much the same as others reported with the sloppy seas and 15 to 20 knots. So you would have heard all the discussion about the weather near Minerva. So you also will be enjoying some calmer anchorage to get all your energy levels back. And hello to Annie as well. All well on board apart from the sloppy seas, over?
Yes, it's fine. We have a minor problem with the genset, which we'll overcome. Nothing unusual for most, as you know. We've got about 380 to run, I think, so we should be in before midday Wednesday, over.
Yep, midday Wednesday should see you safely sitting at Minerva, probably trying to work on your genset. Is there anything you wanted to add?
Oh, I've got weather.
Yep, he's got weather, so that'll be included in there. Okay, I'll just check. I'll clear with Gone with the Wind, and if there is anybody else wanting to call in, please call now before I pass it to David.
Gulf Harbour Radio, this is water music, over.
Water music, well, that's a familiar voice. Good evening to you. Where are you?
David, nice to hear from you. Nice to hear on the post. We haven't seen anyone for 2 weeks now. Our position is 2000 south, 16720 east. Over.
Yep, I've got good copy. 2000 south, 16720 east. Well, I'm just sort of looking. You're well above most folk. Hang on, David's saying what's the wind, but you haven't got to that yet. Go ahead.
Wind is 3 knots from the east. We've got 2 meters sea. Barometer showing 1018.2. And we are heading to Port Vila in Vanuatu at 6.5 knots on a course of 010 magnetic. Over.
Okay, Water Music is heading to Port Vila now that it's all open. So they have got 3 knots from the east, 2 meter seas, 1018.2, and where else have I got here? 6.5 knots on a course of, that doesn't look right. I had to grab my book back from David, but anyway, they're heading to Port Vila, and I wrote down 010 magnetic. Was that right?
That's correct. The only thing you've got, the wind we've got is 20 knots from the east, over.
Yep, 20 knots from the east, so you're going on a good course. What port in Port, oh, you are going to Port Vila, and what's your ETA, over?
We left Nifu in the loyalties at about 7:30 this morning, and we're expecting to be in Vila by probably late lunch tomorrow, over.
Okay, late lunch tomorrow for Port Vila. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. Okay, he's just looking at the moment. Is there anything to add?
It's going to be pretty windy.
Yeah, he says it's going to be pretty windy. What he's looking at, you've probably got
23 to 30 knots.
23 to 30 knots, but you're probably aware of that from the east, over?
Yes, we are aware of that. We were expecting at some point that it was going to bear a little bit, but it hasn't done so yet, over.
Yeah, you would appreciate that, I am sure. But, he's not coming up with anything joyous in that particular topic. So you'll just have to deal with it. Okay, it'll be good for Andrew to have a bit of company at Port Vila there. Eye Candy and a couple of other boats are at Port Vila by the sound of it. So it's starting to open up. Did you hear? I'll just repeat the comments that he made. They are doing the mooring balls at the moment. whether they're, well, I'm sure by the time you get there tomorrow, they started yesterday, so they should have them, well, at least one or two ready. The office and everything associated with the social aspects of Port Vila at the marina there, or the what they call it, is going to be a little bit delayed, but I'm sure that won't bother you. Over.
No, I think we're going to see. We're going to find what we find. Over.
Yes. Well, the shops will still be open, and hopefully a bit cheaper than New Caledonia, but you just never know. And everything else will be great. We love Vanuatu. Okay, clear with you. Is there anybody else?
Calpower Radio, water music again. Can you see us on the AIS? Over.
I will just check while David's doing the weather.
Okay, well, while she's doing that, just a quick chat on the weather up in Fiji. For those folks who are up there that are listening to us, I do see a trough based on satellite imagery running from between Rotuma and the Fiji group, east-southeast to northern Tonga. Then it runs across to Niue, and then it goes on to the Southern Cooks. And Patricia just said
Thumbs up.
For
water music.
For the what?
Water music. AIS is working.
Oh, your AIS water music is working fine. Where am I? Okay, well, Fiji Met continues with a strong wind warning in force for all Fiji waters. So right through tomorrow, expect southeast winds 20 to 25 knots with associated rough seas, and their further outlook continues with southeast 20 to 25. And I see by Wednesday, looking at a different model, this is not Fiji Met, the winds look like they're going to back a little bit. I would call it east-southeast 20 to 25, so it's still windy. I also see even stronger winds through Vatuira Pass and the southwest area of Viti Levu. As you round the corner there of Viti Levu on the southwest edge, it always seems to be quite windy in there. So that's something to keep in mind when you're taking a trip to and fro from that area. And I was going to talk a little bit about those going to New Cal, but I don't think we've got anybody anymore that's heading there. Just as well, because most of the winds are northeast going to New Cal, fairly brisk, getting up to 20 knots, 25 knots, that sort of thing. So anyway, we won't worry about that. So that's all I've got. To the boss.
And I just had a chance to look at the streaming comments. For those people who are out there and have their friends listening, they can make a comment. I think you have to subscribe to do that. I'm not sure if it doesn't cost you anything, but you can make a comment. And there is a comment for Max from Nigel, ZL2SEA, who of course runs the WinLink station, so knows Max's call sign, and he says to you, Max, it was a great signal and good to hear you. So he's now heard your voice, and that's from Nigel, ZL2SEA. Okay, is there anybody with any questions for David whilst he is sitting there and before he takes the walking stick and crawls his way back to his horizontal position? Is there anybody else?
Harbour Radio, this is Lupin, over.
Hello, Pele, go ahead.
Question to you, Patricia. Could you repeat the frequencies for Radio New Zealand's news broadcast, over?
Roger, Roger. The Radio New Zealand, there are 3 frequencies that you would want to program. 15720, and that's a very common one for the daytime, of course. There is another frequency, 11725. That's pretty much on Saturday, sort of in the morning, early morning, from 1900 to 2000 in the morning. And then there is 9700 that is daily, that one, 9700, and that's from 6 o'clock, about now, p.m., to 8 p.m. So that's the one that's quite useful, in fact, because it's daily for one thing. They are a bit messy now. They don't have all of them daily. But that one is daily. The one from lunchtime till 6 o'clock is daily. That's 15720. Then, of course, it goes to 9700 from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. And then first thing in the morning from 2100 UTC, which is 9 a.m. in the morning, that's the 15720. So, yeah, a bit complicated, but there it is. Pele, over.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much.
Okay, is there any other questions or comments, folk? Nothing heard? All right, thank you very much. Good participation tonight, and we will be back again at 5:15 tomorrow night. It's pitch black here now, so it is winter. Cheers all.
I need you to plug this in.
I'll rush and do that, but I have to...
yeah, come back. Come back for that.
I can't leave this running.